Hello again, my name is Rick Usler with airgunweb.com, and we have Tristan with us again. Hi Tristan.
Hello.
Was that it? Just hello?
Yes, hello.
We got to work on his camera skills, but I'm sure as we do more videos he'll get the hang of it. Today we're going to take a quick look at the Gamo Viper Express, and this is going to be take 3 on this rifle. Up until this point I have really tried to shoot the rifle using the 22 caliber adapter to see what the accuracy is like using 22 caliber pellets. To date so far the breech seal has failed every time, so instead of going directly to the 22 pellets I figured we'd try this rifle out for what it was intended to be used for, and that's as an airgun shotgun. So we're going to skip the 22 pellet side of this rifle for now and go and look and see what kind of patterns we can get with the shot shells. Let's take a look at the rifle though. The Viper Express is your standard Gamo rifle. It's got the same power plant as many of their other 1,000 foot per second rifles have. It does have this raised vented rib, which adds a nice aesthetic look to it. It has the standard Gamo trigger and the standard Gamo safety. The big feature in this gun, however, is that it's a smooth bore barrel instead of a rifle barrel, which is perfect for these shot shells. These shot shells that you can buy come in packs of 25, and inside these little capsules you have a bunch of teeny tiny little shot. Now, you simply cock the barrel, pick it up and do this. Insert the shot shell, close the barrel, and you're ready to fire. Now Gamo promises some very tight patterns out to say 30 feet, and what we've got is a shoot and see target setup, which is a very large dartboard target that we got from Pyramid Air, and we're going to see what kind of patterns we can get with this rifle. So I'm actually going to let Tristan do the shooting. We'll go set up and see what kind of groups we can get. We are not going to use any fancy stands today. We're going to let Tristan shoot right from the shoulder. Now this rifle doesn't have fancy sights, it's just got a simple bead on the front, just like a regular shotgun would. Now I've paced off about 30 feet, give or take a little bit, and I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll see what kind of groups we can get. This is brand new, I haven't let it break in. I've been too concerned about that breech seal failing. So before it fails, or if it's going to fail, I want to make sure we get a good video of how the shot patterns come out. I'm going to go ahead and pause it, we'll flip the camera around and see what we get. Well, Tristan, I think you did okay at 30 feet here with this gun. Remember, this is a little shotgun. It shoots very small shot, and there aren't a lot of BBs in each cartridge. We're going to shorten the distance by half, which means 5 yards. Now, I know that may not seem like a very usable distance, but depending on what you're trying to shoot, it may be perfect. When I first got this rifle, I thought it would really have some good uses. For example, snake control in an urban environment. Something like this would be very usable in those types of situations where you could dispatch the pest without causing undue harm to the facility or bothering your neighbors. We're going to again shorten this up to half the distance and see how this pattern changes. This pattern was shot at 10 yards. We're going to shoot now from 5 yards. Well, Tristan, those groups were a whole lot tighter, don't you think?
That's true.
I noticed that the gun seems to pattern a little bit to the left. Were you really careful to put the dot right on the center there?
Yes, I was actually.
Well, I noticed that when I was shooting the gun before you had the opportunity, it was doing the same thing, is that this particular rifle shoots a little to the left. The downside to that is that there's no adjustable sights on this, so if you happen to get one that shoots a little to the right or a little to the left or a little high or a little low, the only solution to that problem is either to mount some sort of optic on the rifle or just adjust with good old Kentucky windage. Now, I know I said we were going to wrap this review up, but I think there's one important test we still need to do, and that's some velocity tests on the shot shells. You want to fire a few rounds through the chronograph?
Sure, why not?
Okay, let me go get the chrony. All right, let me show you how this chronograph works, Tristan. There's this review button right here. If we hit that, gives us our high velocity of 623, our low velocity of 573, our average of 604, and our difference of 50 feet per second. Now, this is a shotgun. I'm curious what it'll do with 22 caliber pellets. Now let's wrap the review up, okay?
All right.
Well, that wraps up another episode, Tristan. What was our average velocity?
604.
Okay, so we got an average velocity of 604 feet per second using the shot in the shot shells. Now, I've examined the breech seal on this, and there's already a tiny little nick. If it holds together, I know that velocities in the 22 were pretty decent, and I also know that the accuracy was also pretty decent. If the breech seal holds together, the gun definitely has a place. But it is a very single-use sort of item. The shotgun idea in an air gun is, I don't know. I don't know even how to categorize it. I don't know that there's a terrible usefulness for it, other than something like I was talking about. If you're having to clear small pests in a really tight area, it's surely going to be safer using something like this than, say, a 22 or a firearm or even a standard air gun. This certainly would be safer in those types of environments. We know that the effective range of this rifle, if you actually want to hit what you're shooting at, is going to be more like 15 feet versus 30 feet, because the groups you were getting here, that's 5 shots, and as you can see, you may not be able to see it, but it stretches all the way off the paper here, all the way off the paper here. So you're looking at a shot pattern like this, which is really unacceptable. I don't know what you could hit effectively at that sort of range. When you scooch in, however, things tighten up quite a bit, and you're looking at the more of a 6-inch groups, which is pretty acceptable if you had to hit something at that close. That's it for now. My name is Rick Usler with Airgun Web. Again, we had Tristan with us. Thank you for joining us again, Tristan.
You're welcome.
And we're going to see you again?
Yes.
Good, all right. Thank you again. We'll catch you all again soon. Thanks to Pyramid Air and also Gamo. Gamo has been very good to keep sending us these products. Hopefully this one's going to hold together for us and that they've actually corrected that problem. Pyramid Air has provided this rifle in the first place, along with all the supplies and those targets. So thanks, special thanks goes out to those guys. My name is Rick Usler with airgunweb.com. Until we see you again, please shoot safe and have a whole lot of fun.